Welcome back to PB Sims and Wallbert Trucking, a story mashup using The Sims 4 and American Truck Simulator. In our last episode, PB was in the Truck Simulator game, visiting Redding, California, where he once lived. When he's done, he begins to remember. Why is there an Eddie's in this town?
What do you mean, officer? My son is not a hacker, he's just a boy.
Mom was right. But she was wrong too. I was a hacker, even though I didn't know it. What was a hacker? I thought I was just doing research. You see, I was just a curious kid. I liked to use the different search engines to look things up. I would always be looking at maps because of my love of travel and truck driving. I wasn't a hacker. I didn't know what that was. I was just good at looking things up. Some may say he just didn't adjust well to moving, but that wasn't exactly true either. Redding was a nice town. I enjoyed my time there. The people were good to me. I didn't have any trouble with other kids. And I lived next to a store with toys and candy, and my mother worked there. It was great. Sometimes I'd go down by the highway and watch the trucks go by. I miss the trucks, but I got over it. It wasn't that bad. I would go to the park and discover and explore and have adventures and pretend I was a space captain or aliens were attacking. Sure, I missed my dad, but I wasn't rebelling or acting out because of that. I wasn't trying to be bad. I wasn't a troublemaker. And one day when I was 11, I was outside of Eddie's walking through the parking lot. I noticed there was a mess next to the dumpster, which was also next to the side door. And being curious, I just had to check it out.
Ooh!
I assumed someone had just missed the dumpster and was throwing away garbage. So I scooped them up and took them home with me and was just going to throw them out later. I noticed some of the papers had website links, so I typed those into my computer and some of them asked for passwords, which were written down on some of the papers. I didn't really understand much of what I was looking at, but I found it interesting nonetheless. And after a few hours, I got tired and turned my computer off and went to bed. One experience of living in an apartment building is how people seem to come and go and didn't always live there very long. Sometimes it seemed more like a hotel. A few weeks earlier, a girl named Nellie Wilson moved in, who was about my age. She was traveling with her parents, who were musicians, and wasn't going to be staying very long. They traveled around the country from place to place. I spent quite a few nights listening to her parents' music CDs in her bedroom with her and talking about places they had been. And I told her about my dad and mom and uncle and how they were truck drivers. We were really good friends. I miss her. So the next day I took my box of files over to her place and we looked through them. They didn't really make much sense to either of us, but it was something for me to share with her. And then after a bit of listening to music, she told me that she was about to leave to head towards Los Angeles. We said our goodbyes and I went home. And Nellie Wilson was traveling the highway once more. I brought my box home, set it down, and I went to bed. And the next day, my life changed forever.